Children, stop and listen. Listen what I'm saying. The world is coming to an end. I say the world is coming to an end. To an end. People, it's plain to see. The world is coming to an end. Children, it's plain to see.
Oh, this is my first inaugural setup of the Shiftpod2. Actually, I used it last night with another co-worker, but I didn't have time or the light to film, and we were tired, so we set it up in less than a minute and a half and set up real quick and went to sleep. As you can see, there's other tents around here. Little tent city here, all over the place. I'm going to set it up right there. And there she is, all deployed. It's taking up the whole walkway here. That's alright though. I think it's massive. Under the shade. Let's take a look inside. And this is where all the magic happens, as they say. I haven't gotten my cot yet. It's supposed to be delivered today, but unfortunately I'm deployed. So I got an air mattress down there, blow up one, and a mat. That's a wool blanket. Camp chair, all my crap, and it's cozy with plenty of room for another person, but there's no vacancy in this joint. So far so good, and it's nice and cool in here, even though I think we're at 5,000-6,000 feet elevation, so that's not really a good test, but we'll see. I got a thermometer somewhere, and we'll take readings periodically. Alright, I gotta go back to work. Well, I'm at the campfire, and the base is at Chico, California. So yeah, this is the most deadliest fire in California history, or the worst fire altogether. 70 something people died, and the count is rising, with about 1,000 people or so still reported missing. So yeah, this is a mess, and I'm deployed to this doing comm support. So this is the briefing area. This is like 8 o'clock at night now, so I'm off duty now. Got a bed down, and this is my first inaugural deployment of my Shiftpod Mini, a shelter. We'll check that out real quick. Sheer devastation. The campfire. This used to be somebody's home, and this kind of hits home with me, makes it a bit more personal. Little kid's bicycle with training wheels. So yeah, there was a family living here. Hope they made it out alright. This must have been a really nice home right here. Nice looking stairs. That looks like a computer right there. This must have been the kitchen area. There's the plates. Bathtub right next door. Chimney. You got military tents all over the place, trailers, Comm trailers. It's a full-fledged base here, a city, just about within a city. There's another military style yurt tent, and my tent is the one there on the right. This is a Coleman tent manned by my buddy H Marine, so he's in there hanging out. And this lunar lander here is mine. So this is the first night out with it deployed. I'm going to spend a night. This is a Coleman 6-man tent, and yeah, pretty big. Pops up on his own. So does this. But this is more like a two-person tent. It's perfect for one, actually. So it's got 4 sides. Pops up just like that, and it collapses on itself. Pretty neat. Somewhat insulated, kind of, sort of. Let's go inside. That's through the portal there. It's got 4 little portal-sized windows. I would say like 8-10 inches diameter. Little vent right here. Let's close her up. So coming in here, the temperature inside is 45 degrees, 0.7, and outside is 44.1. A 1 degree difference so far. And I had this window open, everything else was closed, and I got one vent open here, so it's just Velcro closed, and it's got a little air vent there, and there's another one on the other side right here. So only one exit, and like I said, 4 walls. It's pretty roomy, easy to set up. I set it up in like 2 minutes. And like I said, this is my first night in this tent here. The floor is totally zipped together. And I'll set up my cot here real quick and join you in a minute or two. Alright guys, I'm set up in here. And the cot that you see in front of you, yeah, this is a cot. It's an REI Deluxe something. I'll annotate what that is in the description, or some kind of annotation. But it's the Deluxe model, so it's kind of plushy. It's over 6 feet long, I believe. You know, a little bit over 6 feet maybe. I'm 5'10", and I spread out on it just right. And it covers from pretty much the wall here. The bar you see down there is not touching, but the material is a little bit on the side wall here. And on the foot side here, the bar of the cot is touching just a little bit, but you know, it's just resting up against the wall there. So it's at its maximum length there, the cot is, and it fits in here like a glove. So if you look at the floor, I got this much space here as a foyer, as an entrance. Here's the door, and I would say I got maybe 2.5 feet width here, and then, you know, something like 6 feet or a little bit less from side to side. So all this is my front door area. Then I got this space here. Let me see if I could. This is how much space I got from here to here. So that's about a foot, a little bit over a foot there. So it's plenty enough space for me, and plenty enough space for 2 people, actually, 2 adult size. And the height, I have to hunch over, so it's maybe, I don't know, 4 feet high from the top of the tent up here to the floor. I got me a little light there, suspended by this thing here, and you could collapse the dome here for that. And there we're at. And you know, I spent like maybe 15 minutes in this tent already, and I don't have the heat on. It's just me. So when I first came in here, you noticed that the temperature was 44 degrees, and inside here was 45 degrees. Now just me being here, just breathing and just whatever, the temperature increased to 51.6 inside the tent. And outside, I got an outside thermometer, and it's registering 43.2 outside. So actually the temperature inside the tent has increased quite a bit in the 10 minutes that I've been in here so far. So that's kind of interesting. That's without even turning this thing on. It's one of those electric heat dish. I don't think I need it really. I just brought it in here just in case, because I don't know how this thing is going to react in the cold. In the heat, I heard, you know, it does pretty well, but I don't know about the cold, so we're going to find that out. It gets pretty cold up here in Chico at this time of the year, and I don't know what the temperature is, but we'll figure that out tomorrow. So first night on the tent here. I got two vents open, this one and this one right behind me. Well, it's not open because the tent is really almost airtight, so you can't put, like, you know, a little buddy in here maybe without, you know, having one of these vents open to exhaust some of those fumes so you won't die. But so far so good. Yeah, if you have a propane heater or something to that effect, it's advisable to keep these vents open so you get some fresh air coming in here. And of course you got 4 big windows in each wall here. But yeah, you know, with the floor totally zippers in, so you're protected that way. But it's somewhat airtight, so that's just and it's got advisory here stating that fact in a way. So we'll see what happens here. Spend the night, and actually for one person it's pretty spacious. The Shiftpod Mini, the other one is double the size of this and a lot taller, and for a family that's perfect, but for a single guy or a single person going out on an excursion, unless you want to bring that big thing with you, this is perfect for what I do out here for these fire comm support out there in the field. So this is our first night here, and we'll see what happens. Okay, final measurement, it's 8:20 and it is 43 degrees outside and 52 degrees inside. All right. $5:30 in the morning, and outside is 38 degrees and inside is 43 degrees. Humidity is 81% inside. Outside the humidity is 51%. So it's warmer in here than it is outside, and that's just with me being in here and not having like an external heat or something like that. I was pretty comfortable all night. Not too bad. Overall, not a bad night, but scraping the ceiling of the tent, there is quite a bit of condensation. The humidity in here is 81 degrees or 85%. Temperature 46, 38 degrees outside, 50% humidity outside, and it's 6 o'clock. Like I said, it's pretty airtight in here in a way, so the humidity didn't escape. But then again, I didn't have these vents open, they were both closed. So tonight we'll try with the vents open, see if it's any different. Other than that, pretty good. Time to go to work. Well, this one is not my tent, but it is another Shiftpod mini. This is somebody else's, another guy that has a Shiftpod mini out here. This one's got the rain fly, and it's raining out here. Looks like an older model. So there's two Shiftpods out here. Mine is in the other camp. Cool. Yeah, I didn't put a rain fly on mine, so it's going to be interesting when I get back over there tonight and see if it's flooded out. So he's got his rain fly on, or what they call a blast shield. So it rained all day today, and I wasn't in this camp, but I'm going to go ahead and check this tent out, see if the water was intrusive. So far so good. A 6:45 at night, and it rained all day today. I was at another camp, so I wasn't here all day to kind of observe this tent here. During the day, while it was raining really hard, we got a good few inches of rain throughout the day, and I didn't have a rain fly on this, and I purposely to see if the tent is weatherproof, and I would have to say it is. I'm looking at the corners there where the floor zippers into the tent, and there's no water intrusion whatsoever. So I'm looking at all the corners here, and I don't see no evidence of moisture in here whatsoever. Go to another corner. Perfectly dry. No pools of water. No water intrusion whatsoever. I think it's going to rain tomorrow, even harder, so that'll be another day. I had the vents closed too. These guys right here. So and this material here is pretty dry. I had to put my face to it to see, but there's like a little sort of awning here on the vent, and that's pretty dry as well. So yeah, the whole tent is completely dry, except for some condensation, a little bit of condensation, probably left over from this morning, because I didn't open up the tent to let it dry out or air out at all. So okay, we'll continue with this and see what happens.